Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the final session in this week's AX 4.0 remote training program. And today the subject will be trade and logistics, and your presenter is Odrone Biga. Odrone, please begin.
Hello to everyone. Welcome to Microsoft Dynamics AX for Trade and Logistics Remote Training, Day 2. I'm Odrone Biga. You see picture Dynamics AX for Trade and Logistics. I'm Odrone Biga from Curious UK LTD, experience with products 6 years. You see my email. Things you need to know. You need to do your exercise by yourself. I'm waiting your questions to my email. You see my email before Friday, 12 p.m. And on next session, I'm going to answer to your questions. I'm going to answer to your questions on session, and I will answer to most difficult questions. Okay, so agenda, day 2. Today we will cover chapter 4, 5, and 6. Inventory, sales order, and purchase order posting, serial and batch numbers. Inventory objectives. The objectives for inventory are: set up an item group, identify posting types associated with item groups and investigate what they are used for, set up an inventory model group, set up a dimension group, create item dimension combinations, create an item, create a unit of measure and set up a unit conversion, set up a warehouse and attach it to an item, set up item pricing and automatic update of item prices. Inventory, mandatory item fields. When creating a new item record, these fields are required: item number, item group, item type, inventory model group, and dimension group. Inventory. Purpose of item groups. Item groups serve three main purposes in Microsoft Dynamics AX4. Item groups are directly linked to the inventory posting profiles. Each item group can be posted to different general ledger accounts. Item groups can be used for retrieving sales and purchase data on groups of products. Item groups can be used to report and detailed financial information, queries, and other ad hoc reports. Okay, so let me show item groups in my Dynamics AX form. Open Inventory Management module. Under folder Setup, you see item groups. Enter a new record and you can create item group. Under Sales Order tab, you can define ledger accounts for those documents posted. You see parking slip. The parking slip field group contains the following posting types: packing slip group, packing slip offset, revenue offset, and packing slip tax. So this field group contains the following posting types with regard to sales order packing slip posting. Okay, now talk about field packing slip. Transactions are generated in this field when the item is packing slip updated issue. For posting to occur in this type of account, verify the following. Post physical inventory. In the inventory module, groups attached to the item must be selected. So let me show. Inventory module groups under tab setup. If you have this option active, one option, and if you have additional option in the inventory management setup parameters, let me show another parameter in the account receivable module under all the setup parameters. You have both packing slip in ledger, this option. If this option is active and another option in inventory module group is active, you need to set up in this field packing slip ledger account, and system will generate packing slip transaction. Packing slip offset field. Transactions are generated in this field when the item is packing slip updated consumption. Parameters of depth for the item inventory module group and account receivable parameters must be the same as for packing slip posting to post to this account. So these two fields are relevant to two options in the inventory module group and in the account receivable parameters. Packing slip revenue and offset. Expected sales can be posted with a packing slip update in the packing slip revenue and packing slip revenue offset account in these two accounts. For posting to occur in this type of account, verify the following. So we need to verify again those two options in the inventory module group and in the account receivable. Post physical revenue parameter selected in the inventory module group attached to the item, and post packing slip in ledger in account receivable parameters has to be selected. We have packing slip tax field, and this account is used to post estimated tax at the time of packing slip update to the general ledger. Typically at this point in the ordering cycle, taxes are only estimated and therefore can be tracked in this account until confirmed. This can help if there is significant tax to be accounted for, and though there may be a lengthy period between packing slip update and confirmation of the tax amount. Okay, so we have another field group, invoice, issue, consumption, revenue, and discount. Now talk about field issue. Posting issues from inventory usually a status account. The account is credited by selling the item at the item cost price multiplied by its quantity. This account type is also known as the inventory account. Consumption. Posting item consumption. Posting is usually to a profit and loss account. The account is debited by selling the item at the item cost price multiplied by quantity and offset the issue account. Revenue. The item sales price multiplied by the quantity excluding tax is credited in this account. Then the sales order is invoice updated. So this is the revenue amount is posted to the credit account, revenue amount before tax. Discount. If an account is specified for line discount, sales order posted before the line discount is deducted and the line discount is debited in discount. If no account is specified for line discount, revenue minus the line discount is posted. And the line discount will not appear directly in account in the ledger. So this we have commission and commission offset, another field group. Now talk about commission field. If commissions are calculated when invoice updating, the commission is debited in this account. And commission offset. If commissions are calculated when invoice updating, the commission is credited in this account. This account summarizes the amount of the invoice paid out in commission. Okay, we have another tab. So under sales order tab, we define ledger account for sales order transactions, for sales transactions. Under purchase order tab, we define inventory transaction for purchase process. So purchase inventory transaction. We have packing slip field group, packing slip offset, packing slip purchase offset, and packing slip tax. So now talk about packing slip field. We use this account for posting expected revenue. When updating packing slips, when the item is received, this account is debited. With the packing slip update, posting to this account occurs if we have the same options in inventory module group and in the account receivable module parameters as for sales order, packing slip, and packing slip offset. So we need to verify if options those physical inventory in the inventory module group is active and those packing slip and ledger in account payable module is active. So for purchase order, we need to verify options in the accounts payable module, and for sales order, we need to verify options in the accounts receivable module. And the same option in the inventory module group has to be active, both physical inventory. Packing slip offset. Talk about this. Use this account for offsetting posted expected revenue when updating packing slips. When the item is received, this account is credited with the packing slip update. The same inventory module group and accounts payable parameters apply to posting to this account as we do for packing slip posting. The transactions are based on the item's current price at the time of the update. we have additional fields tagging through purchase offset and list tags. So those three fields use these posting types to accrue vendors' receipts, eventually separating projected tags from receipts not yet invoiced. Now talk about invoice field group. I will talk about receipts, discount, charge, stocks variation. Talk about receipts. When the purchase is invoice updated, the item's release cost is debited in the account and credited in the vendor summary account based on the posting setup in the accounts payable module. Discount. If an account is specified for line discount, the value of the inventory receipt is debited in the receipt field before the line discount is deducted, and the line discount is credited separately in this discount account. If no account is specified for line discount, the inventory receipt is posted after deduction of the discount, and the discount will not appear directly in a ledger account. Charge and stock variation. Charge and stock variation enables you to post stock movement through the profit and loss account before capitalizing it in inventory. This offers the benefit of having a footprint in profit and loss account of the stock variation occurring during a fiscal period. Okay, now we have credit note field group. So this is for credit note documents. After credit note posting to document, system searches for consumption with a ledger account and use this account to post item consumption in connection with a credit note document for a purchase where the cost price differs from the purchase price. And use this account, you must have selected the post financial inventory parameter in the items inventory model group. Let me show this option. So if you are going to use this ledger account in the inventory management, under folder setup, under folder inventory, open inventory model group, and under tab setup, we have option post financial inventory. So when this option is active, you can use this ledger account, and opposite. If this option is active, you need to set up a ledger account under purchase order in the field consumption. And this account is helpful when you use standard cost as the inventory model group. Standard cost, I mean, if standard cost price, this option is active. If you use this option, so it's very helpful to use this ledger account. Okay, now we have another field group, standard cost price. I mean standard cost profit, loss, and cost price offset. Okay, so standard cost price field group, those three fields, contains the following posting types with regard to standard cost posting with purchase order. Standard cost profit, loss, and offset. Now we talk about those three fields. Use standard cost profit, loss, and cost price offset fields when you purchase items if standard cost price is selected for the inventory model group. I mean, this option, if this option is selected, you need to define those three fields, and the purchase after that purchase price differs if purchase price differs from the standard cost price listed in the item table. So in this case, the standard cost price makes sure that all inventory transactions of an item have the same cost price and do not have to be adjusted during inventory closing. So if you, in your inventory model, use this option, standard cost price, and let's show item, and in item table, under tab price discount, in this field, you define your standard cost price. So if you use standard cost price, you need to assign model group with active option standard cost price, and regardless of this option, you need to define ledger account for standard cost price for purchase. And regardless of the same standard cost price, you need to define ledger account under inventory tab, standard cost profit and standard cost loss. And this ledger account appears in the inventory journal. Okay, so on the inventory tab, you see standard cost price field group and inventory journal. The standard cost price field group contains the following standard cost posting types with regards to inventory posting: standard cost, profit and loss. So we'll talk about these two fields. Use standard cost profit and standard cost loss to post gains or loss margins related to the standard cost price. Inventory journal group. Receipts, issue, profit, loss. The inventory journal field group contains the following posting types with regard to inventory journal postings: receipt and issue. Use receipt and issue to post item receipts and item issues in the inventory journal. So in the movement journal, you can use this ledger account. Use profit and loss to post item profit and item loss in the inventory journal. When you use accounting journals, the account number must be specified for the inventory schedule to be posted. Okay, so go to tab production. For production orders, transactions are generated for both the component raw materials and the produced group of materials. Items in process field group. So picking list, report as finished, picking list, offset account, reported as finished, offset account. Picking list, now we talk about picking list and picking list offset account, about those two fields. When a production order is started or physical item consumption is registered for the production order, issue transactions for the component items are created. An item consumption is posted in picking list, issue account, and picking list offset account. The cost price of the raw materials is calculated according to standard rules for issue. Okay, now talk about reported finished and reported as finished offset account. When production orders are reported as finished, receipts transactions are generated for finished items, for those, and the item calculated cost price is posted in reported finished and reported as finished offset account. Okay, now field group costing. They're going to talk about issue offset account, receipt offset account. Issue and issue offset account. When you cost account production orders with end date of job selected. The forecasts that the mentioned earlier are received, and these 4 accounts are received. And the actual consumption of raw materials is credited to issue, to this account, and debited from issue offset account. Receipt and receipt offset account. Receipt and receipt offset. The cost price of the finished item is debited from receipt and credited to receipt offset account. When the standard cost price is used for the finished items, these transactions are made at standard cost price. Okay, we have tab setup, default item allocation key, and select this item allocation key to serve as the standard key proposed when you create forecast for the item group. So this is for sales and purchase forecast. But you can change because this value is only default. You see 2 buttons in the right side, posting and forecasting. So posting, click the posting button to view the inventory posting form on the selected item group. Under this button, you can define in more details or more summarize your ledger account. For example, for packing slips, for sales orders, for packing slips, you can define one item, one particular item in relation to one single customer, another ledger account. For example, this one. In the posting process, the system searches first of all table, level table, after that group, after that all. So if system in the packing slip posting process finds table, relation between item table and item customer, first of all system generates for packing slip ledger account this one. If customer belongs to this group and there is no this entry, this record, system for this customer will generate another ledger account. Okay, so now I will delete. So under button posting, you can define in more details or more summarize in your ledger account. So for inventory transactions, you need to define a ledger account in the inventory management module, item groups, or you can define under the same ledger account for inventory transactions in the same inventory management module under folder setup, under folder posting. You see the same information as on the button posting, and this information appears from every tab of item group. Okay, so I go back to my presentation file. Inventory purpose of inventory model groups. Inventory model groups help determine the calculation of cost price and item consumption, whether physical and financial negative inventory is allowed, whether inventory transactions are to be posted to the general ledger, the workflow used when sending or receiving items, the rules of reservation when creating sales order lines, for which there is no on-hand inventory, but for which their purchase order lines the status ordered. Okay, so let me show inventory model group in my D9AX4. In the inventory management module, under folder setup, under folder inventory, open the form inventory model group. Okay, we have exercise 4.2, and let me show this exercise. We need to set up inventory model group and apply it to an item. So I set up for you this model group. Create new record. Fill in the inventory model group. Fill unique code in the name inventory model description. Under tab General System Update, all information from tab Overview, and under tab Setup, I activated both physical inventory, both financial inventory, and registration requirements and picking requirements. So, talk about the options meanings. We have first field inventory model. Inventory is closed and recalculated according to the rules of the selected inventory model. So this inventory model takes part in inventory closing function and in inventory recalculation function. We have those inventory models. And how the system has to close and recalculate your items, which this inventory model is useful for you. So now I select FIFO. We will learn more about these inventory models in the inventory closing and adjustment chapters in trade and logistics too. So now I go to next option, standard cost price. and you need to select standard cost price box if you're going to track your item with standard cost price. And to learn more about standard cost price in the inventory closing and adjustment chapter in Trade and Logistics 2 as well. We have quarantine management. Select this to indicate that items attached to this group are under quarantine management rules and requirements. This is used for items set aside waiting for approval for reception into the physical inventory. If the checkbox is clear, items will not be under quarantine management unless a quarantine order is created manually in quarantine order. When the item is registered, a quarantine order is generated with the status status. We will learn more about quarantine management in the quarantine management chapter next Wednesday. We have negative inventory field groups, physical negative inventory and financial negative inventory. Physical negative inventory. When this field is selected, you can sell an item even though you do not have any in stock, any on hand. This parameter is very sensitive for inventory value calculation. The decision whether you select or clear this parameter must be taken with utmost care, to prevent incorrect use of the functionality. And you select this parameter only if the customer has to have this feature implemented to their system. So this parameter is very sensitive, and you need to be very careful if you want to access this option. Okay, now talk about financial negative inventory. When the field is blank, you are prohibited from selling stock also physically available if there is no financial update on hand inventory for the item. Depending on how the system is used, this typically means that an invoice must first be posted before selling stock is allowed. When this field is selected, negative financial inventory is allowed, and the user can sell items without knowing the real cost price. The invoice of this item might be posted after the items are sold, and then an inventory closing has to adjust the cost prices to the real cost price. So this setting is frequently used for services. We have cost price, output order, and you can find additional explanation about parameters and what they are used for in the manual. Now I want to talk more in detail about ledger integration. So post physical inventory, we a little bit covered it with parameter. So, if post-packing slip in ledger parameter is selected in the purchase or sales order parameter table, system generates packing slip documents to ledger account. If talk about post-financial inventory, if this field is selected, the data financial value of items is posted in the ledger. When a purchase order is invoice updated, the value of items is posted to the inventory receipts account. When a sales order is invoice updated, the value of the item is posted to the inventory issue and consumption account. So, typically, post-financial inventory always is active, and post-physical inventory is active only depending on decision. Are you going to post your expected revenue, sales packing slip, or your purchase packing slip, or no, if you want to track your expected revenue and issue, select both physical inventory options. Okay, and about rest of options, you will find explanation in your manual. So I created my inventory model. And assigned to an item. My item is in the inventory management module. Bulk, and the general tab I assigned inventory model group, which I created. And if you remember, we have active options for registration requirements and picking requirements. So these options required in the purchase order I have my purchase order, this one. I selected my item. So those options required in the purchase order, select inventory and registration. Auto create. I did that, so you need to select auto create, and after that posting, and system for you will register your item received. And in the inventory transaction, you can see purchase order number and status received 100. Okay, now I go back to my presentation file. Inventory purpose of dimension group. Inventory dimensions are used to determine the physical characteristics of an item, determine how items are stored in inventory, track inventory transactions, view on hand inventory per dimension, link issues to receipt using marking. Inventory item dimensions. We have those dimensions as size, color, configuration, size characteristic of an item, color characteristic of an item as well, and set identifying characteristic of an inventory item is configuration. So we have three characteristics of item in the item dimensions group, and item dimensions identify item attributes with these rules. The dimension must be specified when creating item transactions. The specified dimension applies only to the item transaction. Items are always reserved per dimension. In the dimension group, we have storage dimensions. So they are warehouse, batch number, location, pallet ID, and serial number. Warehouse, it means storage location such as a site or building. Batch number, ID for a group of related items. Location details item storage location such as isle rack, shelf, or bin. Pallet ID for a group of items on the same pallet. Serial number, unique ID for each item. So, which dimensions do you need? It depends on your decision how detailed you want to track your item. Storage dimensions identify how and where an item is stored, and only used with warehouse management. So without warehouse management, you can use warehouse batch number and serial number, and location and pallet ID appears with warehouse management module. You see inventory dimension picture. At the header, you see item dimensions, and in the bottom you see storage dimensions. You see in the dimension group form, you can enable a lot of options such as active primary, stocking, blank receipt allowed, blank issue, serial number control, physical inventory, financial inventory, coverage plan by dimension. So usually you do not need all of those options. First of all, you need to think how in detail you want to track your inventory, and what control level you are going to use with your inventory. So after that, you can create your dimension group and assign to your items. Okay, now let me show in my Dynamics AX form dimension group. And we have the exercise for stream. So open module inventory management. Under folder setup, under folder dimensions, you can find dimension group form. Open this form. types require a fine dimension group color, and dynamic CX4 has features that you can rename your item dimension. For example, I have as a result renamed shape and size. Before that, this dimension was color. So you can rename simple your dimension. Use under tab rename, click button rename, and you can rename your dimension. And in all systems, instead color, you will see shape. So okay, we can have different dimension groups, and depends on, and you need to activate which item or storage dimension will be active for particular dimensions group. For example, I have color and I activated shape and warehouse. So after that, I need to assign this dimension group to item, and how system controls receive an issue, and it depends on my options. For example, I activated shape, I activated primary sorting. It means that this option is mandatory, that the dimension be entered before any physical update. It means that if you are going to buy or sell this item, this dimension group, you need to fill value for shape dimension. I did not select blank receipts allowed and blank issue allowed. I selected physical inventory and financial inventory. So physical inventory, it means that system checks the physical on-hand level based on the dimension value. Then the packing slip is created for issued items. Financial inventory, it means that this dimension will be included in calculating the financial cost of an item sold. Coverage plan by dimension. This dimension will be included in coverage plans created from master planning. Now look at the storage dimensions. I activated warehouse and activated the same primary stocking, so system will check all physical updates and will require to select warehouse value from all receipts and issue. I selected physical inventory, financial inventory, but I did not select coverage plan by dimensions, so warehouse will not be included in my master planning. I'm going to include only dimension shape. So under tab general, you see use in price search for purchase price or sales price. If I select, it means that system will search price based on warehouse value. If we are not selected, system will not search price based on warehouse. you see editing, so allow in try. I selected that warehouse value will be allowed in order lines, quotation lines, and in all system places. You can restrict and try if you deactivate any of options. So inventory dimensions are used to define the physical characteristics of inventory items, and they control how items are stored and drawn from inventory and enable inventory to be managed on a detailed level. Okay, after when you create your dimension group, you usually assign this dimension group to items. Okay, so go back to presentation file and go back. Warehouse management, setting up a new warehouse. When setting up a new warehouse, keep in mind warehouse dimension must be activated if this is to be specified on order, and warehouse dimension must be activated in dimension group. Location dimension must be activated to utilize location for an item and warehouse. To use coverage by warehouse, you must check the coverage plan by dimension, checkbox for the warehouse dimension. And the warehouse field is limited to 10 alphanumeric characters. Okay, so item pricing standard options. There are 3 standard options the system can use to automatically update price, latest purchase price, latest cost, and sales price model. Okay, before reviewing, let me show my Dynamics AS. Let me show inventory parameters and item form. Open inventory management module. Under folder setup, open form parameters. Parameters in the inventory management module are used to select between 2 or more important types of functionality. In the parameters form, you can enter default information that must be used by Microsoft Dynamics AX form if it has not been specified at a lower level, and select number sequence for the inventory management module. So you have a lot of parameters and they appear in the inventory transaction. So you see maximum unit cost price, reserved authorized items, and also a reservation option. Under tab journals, you can define default journal name for movement journal, for profit and loss, and etc. Under tab bills of materials, you can define level of secularity, max level, bone calculation. Under tab location, you can set up default standard location measurements. You can set up default settings for transport, for inventory dimensions. for example, which inventory dimension will be reached in the inventory journals and warehouse management and number sequence. You can set up number sequence for item number instead to create item numbers manually. Okay, now let me show item form. In the inventory management, open item form. Enter a new record, and in the item number field, you can manually or system for you will create automatically. It depends if you have number sequence or no. So item number, it means unique code for item tracking in system, item name, item description, search name. You need to define item group, item type. You have 3 item types. So, for example, this item group. You have 3 item types: item, DOM, and service. So this type defines how system has checked item process. Under tab General, you need to define inventory model group. Remember that you use inventory model for your item closing and recalculation, for cost price calculation, dimension group, how item will be stored. You have a lot of fields for additional settings. Under tab Setup, you can define physical dimensions, price update, sales price model, base price. Under tab Reference, you can define miscellaneous charges group, item sales tax group. It's a good idea to define sales tax group from sales calculation, miscellaneous charges group. If you have some, if you are going to calculate some miscellaneous charges. BOM settings. Under tab Price Discount, you can in the field price, you define standard cost price. In the field purchase order or sales order, you can define price for purchase for default purchase order or sales order. And additionally, you can use trade agreements for purchase and sales process. Under tab Quantity, it is necessary to define units for purchase, inventory, and sales order. And to know that Dynamics AX has unit conversion, it means you can define different units for purchase, inventory, and sales. And you can set up conversion between units. Under tab Other, you can set up company item, alternative item, ABC settings. Under tab Dimension, you can set up default dimension for items. And you have a lot of buttons on the right side. Click button Transaction. Under this button, you can review all transactions related with particular item. So use button Inventory, Menu, Dimensions, Display. You can review dimensions. You can review transactions in more detail. So it means you can click Location, Pallet ID, Save Setup, OK. Or you can review your dimensions your transactions and more summarized. For example, deactive all options and OK. So now system only shows for you without dimensions, only details by date details. And you can see reference, so it means data source, costing order or purchase order number, receipt or issue, status, order is purchase, deducted, received, physical. You can see quantity, so ordered, it means you receive, issue. You can see cost amount. So you know if you have financial date, it means invoice, purchase or sales invoice is posted, or inventory journal is posted. You have cost amount, so you can review your cost amount. You have more buttons on hand, setup, date agreement, functions, and these all buttons are related with items. So on hand, you can review on hand again in more details if there are some on hand information. Under tab on hand, you can review your cost price, physical cost amount, financial cost amount. And to know if you have an active option, for example, for physical cost transactions and order venue, after that system checks all packing and picking slip posting, and you see some information in physical cost amount field. Setup. You can set up language, item description, configuration, size, shape, item dimension combinations, customer vendor item description, trade agreement. You can set up sales price, discount, purchase price, discount, supplementary sales item or purchase item. Functions. You can change item type, edit dimensions, create item in company. Inquiries. You can review lots, it means transactions, batches, open purchase or sales orders, and other forecasting. You can define purchase or sales or inventory forecast. Boom. If you have item type, boom, menu, lines, design, and other menu are active, and you can define your BOM. Okay, so I go back to my presentation file. Inventory review. Item, so we covered item groups, inventory model groups, dimension groups, item dimension, storage dimension, item dimension combination, item setup in what items form, units of measure, warehouse management, item pricing, and automatic price update. Now chapter 5. Purchase order and sales order posting. We have objectives. Perform a purchase order posting update. Identify and apply the posting options available for purchase order posting and apply them during posting. Perform a sales order posting update. identify and supply the posting options available for sales order posting, and supply them during posting. Set up a sales order posting and set up a purchase order posting. What is posting? When you post an order in Microsoft Dynamics AX4, you update the order according to the stage it has reached in the order cycle. This stage includes the following: confirmation order details, receiving shipping items, invoices, and then you post a parking slip, invoice, or other documents. Post the inventory cost of sales activity or both to the general ledger and sub-ledgers. Profiles for posting to the general ledger can be set up for one item, an item group, and all items at the same time. So we talked about that when we covered item group, and we talked that we can set up a ledger account for one item or item group, or for all items for sales and purchase posting. So in Microsoft Dynamics AX4, purchase order posting involves the statuses. Purchase order confirms the purchase order details. So purchase order has four status: purchase order that confirms the purchase order details, receipt list, print the list of the items and allocation for item receipt, packing slip registers as receipt the packing list from the supplier. Invoice registers as receipt the invoice from the supplier. You do not have to perform each purchase order update. I mean, purchase order, receipt list, packing slip. For example, the first two steps, purchase order, receipt list, are optional. If posting the invoice without posting the packing slip, Microsoft Dynamics AX4 still posts the invoice. Okay, so let me show the purchase order in my Dynamics AX4. Open account payable module. We have exercise 5.1. in which you need to create and post your purchase order. So in the account payable module, open purchase order form. I have already those purchase orders. This one and this one I created. Then you create your purchase order, header and lines. After that, if you're going to post all your quantity, click posting. If you're going to post only parts of quantity, on the line, on the tab quantity, you need in the field received now, fill your part quantity. So I did that. After that, click button posting, and If you need purchase order documents or receipt list documents, post those documents. If you don't need that document, don't post. You only need to remember that packing slip updates physical transactions and invoice updates financial transactions and costs. So now let me show packing slip. If you're going to post only part of quantity, in the quantity field you need to fill receive now. Packing slip number and OK. So I'll leave this. Yes, cancel. After that, in the inventory transactions, you can see that in the warehouse GW, receipt status is ordered, and this status is after purchase order posting, not after packing slip. So you see quantity and no cost amount because you have no any invoice. And in the purchase order form, at the header, click button Inquire. You can see that my purchase order manager is active, so it means that I have purchase order documents already posted. I can review this document on the lines. I can review lines. The same document, but the last document, you can review on the header, on the purchase order header, under tab posting, purchase order and date. But you see only last. And under button Inquiries, you can review all purchase orders, all invoices, all packing slips, because you know for one purchase order you can post not only one document but a lot of documents until your quantity, until your ordered quantity will be full. Fill it full. And you have some status. If you post purchase order, you have status open order, and in the inventory transaction, status will be ordered. If you fill the picking list, it will be open ordered as well. If you post packing slip, you have status received, and in the inventory transaction, you have a receipt status received and quantity 1. If you post your invoice in the purchase order, you will have status invoice, and in the inventory transaction, you will have a receipt status purchase, quantity, and you will see your cost amount. And you know that in the purchase order and sales order, you can use summary updates. So it means that if you have purchase order, for example this one and this one, you can use button Shift and arrow down mark 2 orders or more after that button posting, and post, for example, one invoice for both of orders. So, and you will find additional explanation about summary update in your manual. Now I go back to my presentation file. Posting sales order statuses. So there are 4 posting update status for sales orders. They are as follows: confirmation, picking list, parking slip, invoice. Sales orders can be created from Microsoft Dynamics TM Customer Relation Management or Microsoft projects, or created manually in Accounts Receivable module. So in Microsoft Dynamics, the form sales order posting involves these statuses. Confirmation confirms the details of a quarter with a customer. Picking list used to pick the items for shipping. Packing slip indicates that the sales order demand has been satisfied and reduced on hand inventory. Invoice invoices the customer for the goods. Okay, let me show sales order posting. I go back to my Dynamics AX form. Give me a second. I will review if we have exercise. And yes, we have exercise 5.2. Open account receivable module. Open form sales order. So you can use summary update for sales order as well. First of all, in account receivable module, setup, parameters, verify if on this tab summary update, verify default values for summary update. I select automatic summary and order error tolerance. Okay. Now we have those orders, this and this. Open order. They can, and you see, we can post confirmation, picking list registration, and note that you can post picking list only in that case if your item has active option in item inventory module group for picking requirements. So if this option is not active, you cannot post your picking list and picking list registration. But if this option is active, you must post picking list and picking list registration, and only after that you can post packing slip or invoice. Okay, so let me show how I can post my invoice. Okay, so you see quantity. Deliver now all objects for packing. So it depends how much quantity I want to deliver. Now I am going to all. Post. If you select this option, system will post for you. If you not select or select print invoice, system will print for you pro forma. So we can review under tab setup. You see invoice date. You can change this date, due date, bank account, customer bank account. You can select. But before selection, you need to create document date. Under tab lines, you can review your item lines. You can change, for example, this one, that you are going to deliver not all line details. You can review line details, sales, orders. You can review total. Yes. If you have payment schedule, you can review payment schedule and etc. Okay, now I'm going to cancel. I'll leave without invoice. And you see there are lots of status. So you see open order. It means that after confirmation posting, your status will be open order, and in the inventory transaction you see that you have I have issue status on order and quantity and no physical transaction. Delivered after packing slip, system for you will generate status delivered, and in the inventory transaction I have issue status deducted and quantity with minus sign, invoice. After my invoice posting, I have status invoice, and in the inventory transaction I have my issue status sold and quantity with minus sign and cost amount. Okay, so I go back to my presentation file. You see posting item hierarchy for posting. Microsoft Dynamics AX for searches for items in a hierarchy. Table posting applies only to a specific item number. Group posting applies to a specific item group. All posting applies to all item numbers in the same account. The first matching account will be used for posting. And if you remember, I showed the item group and the tab sales order. So on the sales order tab of the inventory posting form, the sales order posting profile is set up to determine how the system handles ledger postings when an inventory transaction is posted. Sales, then the packing slip is updated for an item transaction based on the item code at the time that the packing slip is updated are generated in the packing slip account and the packing slip offset account. So we have another posting option, invoice, and then the sales order is finally invoice updated. The two packing slip transactions are reversed. Then the item is invoice updated. The cost value of the item is released from the issue account, also known as the inventory account, and the offset for the release is made to the consumption or cost of goods sold account. So for posting to occur when invoice updating a sales order for items, the post financial inventory must be selected in the item's inventory module. We have commissions posting for sales order, and to post commissions and commission offset accounts must be set up on the sales order tab of the inventory posting profile. We talked about commission for ledger accounts, and this account provides an overview of the ledger posting of commissions. Then a sales order is invoice updated. The commissions on the posted amount is debited from the commissions account and credited to the commissions offset account. Now you see sales order posting in all pictures: sales order, packing slip offset, inventory, revenue, accounts receivable. So packing slip revenue and packing slip revenue offset accounts are used to post expected revenue, then updating packing slip. Transactions are reversed with an offset when the invoice is posted. These functions require activation of parameters in the sales order and inventory model groups. This account is used if you release revenue at the time of shipping. Packing slip update instead of at the time of invoice update. So you can see purchase order discount posting. So for purchase order in the item group, you need to use tab purchase order, and posting profile setup is very important when you determine how the system handles ledger posting when an inventory transaction is posted. When purchase order packing slip updated, meaning inventory is received, transactions based on the item cost as recorded in the purchase line are generated in the packing slip account and the packing slip offset account. So the receipts account now you see purchase order discount posting. If an account is specified in the discount account, the purchase post before the line discount is deducted and the line discount is credited in the separate account for discount. If no account is specified for the line discount, the inventory receipt is posted after the line discount is deducted and the latter is not recorded directly in a ledger account. So you can see two situation: discount account defined and no discount account defined. Purchase order consumption. The consumption account is used for credit notes and purchase. If you have clears the post-financial inventory field. Receipt account posted. The receipt account, also known as inventory account, is used to post inventory for items not using standard cost. The item's true cost is debited from the receipt account. Any tax is debited in the tax code account, and items purchased, including tax, are credited to the vendor summary account according to the setup in the supplier's posting profile. So keep attention that vendor and customer summary accounts are defined in the account receivable and account payable modules in the posting profile. And these posting profiles we covered at the financial remote training. Okay, now purchase order posting, packing slip offset, inventory accounts payable. Purchase order and sales order posting review. So what is posting? Updating purchase orders, posting purchase order offset, updating sales orders, posting sales orders offset, purchase and sales order posting profile. Okay, so last chapter, chapter 6, serial and batch numbers. We have those objectives. Set up an item dimension group to allow for serial and batch number location. Allocate serial and batch numbers manually to an item. Set up an item to automatically have batch and or serial numbers allocated. Use the trace inventory dimension function to track an item inventory dimension. So serial and batch numbers provide business with the ability to trace their products from Microsoft Dynamics AX4. The numbers are used for tracing purpose, quality assurance, warranty. You can assign, let me show next picture. You can assign serial numbers, batch numbers, or both to an inventory item. Serial numbers are assigned to individual items, where batch numbers are assigned to a set of items. So this is different. Serial and batch numbers are inventory storage dimensions, and they are located at the bottom of dimension group form, and can be allocated to items only when the item's inventory dimension group allows for it. So it means that storage dimension, batch number, and serial number has to be activated if you are going to track your item with serial number and batch number. Serial number control to make sure that only one inventory item can be allocated a given serial number. Serial number control in the dimension group must be activated. Working with a controlled item that requires maximum traceability, manual allocation is not recommended. Okay. Manual allocation. Serial and batch numbers can be manually allocated to an item, then working on item directly on a sales or purchase order line. Registering the items at the time of item arrival. Serial numbers can be created directly in the serial number field on the sales or purchase order line in the serial numbers form, and batch numbers are created in the batch number form. Let me show my dynamics AS form. We have the exercise 6.1. We need to set up manual allocation of serial number. Okay, so in the inventory management module, open form item, create a new item. I have my new item already. Under tab General, select Inventory Module Group, this one. Then dimension group serial IC, close the form. After that, create in account payable purchase order. I have already this purchase order. This is my purchase order. Vendor account, line, quantity term. After that, click inventory registration, auto create. Auto create. Okay, I did that for you. And after auto create, click button create serial numbers. I did that, so system do not allow for me, and I posted my invoice. Don't forget format. Close. Okay, give me. Oh. Okay. So invoice and review transactions. So system for me created 10 lines for one quantity and dimension display. Where is I see serial number, and I have 10 different serial numbers for each quantity. So I created manually serial numbers. Okay, I go back to my presentation file. Automatic allocation, number groups. To automatically allocate serial and batch numbers to items, you must create a number group and assign it to the item in the item table. For each number group, you can define how and when automatic allocation should take place on the General tab. In your manual, you can find additional explanation about under tab General parameters and what we are used for in your manual, about date, reference number, loss, ADN, etc. So let me show Another tab, for each number group you must specify the modules in which automatic number allocation should occur on the activation tab. So now let me show exercise 6.2. Let me show my Dynamics AX form. And exercise 6.2, automatic allocation. Okay, I close all my windows. Inventory management module. Under folder setup, dimensions, you see the form number groups. Open this form. I created serial unique. I have already. Under tab general, I activated number sequence and assigned number sequence because I'm going to attach number sequence, and I'm going to allocate only for inventory transaction. That's why I activated option for only inventory transaction and physical date and quantity 1. And under tab activation, I activated that I'm going to allocate in the purchase, inventory, and production. Okay, I created. In the inventory management, open item form. I have my item PL100C and description. Under tab general, in the field serial number group, I assigned my new number group. So now I'm going to create my purchase order in the accounts payable module. Open purchase order form. I created already this order, header, line, my warehouse. After that, click button posting and packing slip. I did already that. I have my packing slip. And now I am going to review inventory transactions. So on the lines I click button inventory, menu transactions, and I see my serial number from number sequence for every received quantity. Okay, so now I go back to my presentation file. Serial and batch numbers tracing. The trace inventory dimension functionality is available in these areas: purchase order, sales order, serial number form, batch number form, production order, transaction on item. So a trace inventory dimension can be run from either the purchase order line, clicking the inventory button and selecting trace, the sales order line, clicking the inventory button and selecting trace, the items form, clicking the transaction button, and in the transactions on item form click inventory. In the trace inventory dimension form, the parameters for tracing are specified. Also, the item number, lot ID, and dimension number can be changed by clicking the select button. When the report is run, the result of transaction displays in a tree graphic. You can see three graphics. In the format field, the format for the transaction are shown. On the setup tab, you can see another picture. On the setup tab, you can set the parameters for that is displayed on the tree tab. So in this case, you can see parameters, item number, item name, quantity, configurations, and warehouse. So you can see alterations based on those options. Let me show exercise 6.3. I open my Microsoft Dynamics AX form. Open account payable module, purchase order, locate the purchase order, this one, first line. I click on the lines button inventory and menu trace. Okay, I'm going to trace trace by configuration, size, shade, warehouse, batch number, and other. Okay. Okay, I open first line. So you see item L2005 100 is purchased to warehouse MW, and a serial number is ART1. This item is purchased on, you see the date, on the 1st of January on 2005. And the item is sold, you see second line, the same item is sold on 31 of January of 2005. And sales order number, you see sales order number, you see issue quantity, so quantity with minus sign. And this item was sold from warehouse MW, and serial number is the same, ART1. Okay, so I go back to my presentation file. Serial and batch numbers review. The basics of serial and batch numbers. So we covered the basics of serial and batch numbers. Serial and batch numbers as storage dimensions, manual allocation of serial and batch numbers, automatic allocation of serial and batch numbers, number groups, tracing, trace, inventory dimensions. Okay, so summary day 2. We covered Trade and Logistics 1, Chapter 4, 5, and 6, Inventory, Sales Order, and Purchase Order Posting, and Serial and Batch Numbers. I expect you to do your exercise regarding covered chapters and expect you to read your manuals. You can see Successes Agenda, Day 3, So next Wednesday we will cover chapters 7, 8, and 9, over under delivery and miscellaneous charges, quarantine and management, inventory reporting, and statistics. I expect you to review in advance all exercises and manuals regarding the successive chapters, because on next Wednesday I'm going to show most of difficult exercises on trade and logistics session. Okay, so things you need to know. Exercise, you need to do your exercise by yourself. Mail questions to me before Friday. I will collect those questions and will select the most difficult and will show answers to these questions on my session on Wednesday. So next time they're going to have a live meeting with half an hour for questions and answers, and after that work crossover exercises. Okay, so you see my email. Now let me say thank you for your time, thank you for your attention, enjoy your manuals and exercises. I expect to see you next time, so bye.
Thank you very much, Adrona. And I don't think there's actually any questions right now. So as Adrona said, please just drop her an email with any questions you may have. You'll also, of course, receive a recording of this live meeting as well, so you can refer back. But ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you very much for joining today, and we will see you next week.